Welcome to the Purpose Effect, the space where we get honest, we get intentional, and we get aligned with the life God designed for us. I am Alesha, and this is David, and our mission is simple to help you stop floating through life and start living with purpose, clarity, and action. Today, we are talking about the attitude of gratitude and the power of living with gratitude and purpose and perspective. So stay
Perspective.
tuned. That's a huge part of it,
It's
right?
all about perspective
It
because
is.
if you keep your perspective in the right place, regardless of what your other circumstances are, you can find the way to get through it in a healthy fashion,
Yeah.
right? And to be able to get through the holiday season, time with family and friends who we may or may not normally see, going places and dealing with crowds and stuff. If we continue to find ways to make it healthy for us, then we've succeeded.
Yeah.
Because having a big gathering and a bunch of stress and anxiety, and then that feeling that you have, you work really, really, really hard, and you get this all prepared, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what happened? I didn't even get to visit with half the people there. So I think my message to everybody this week is this holiday season, be present. Guys, where have you
Mhm.
heard that before?
All over the place.
Be present.
Yeah. It's
More
powerful.
important than ever here.
And in a season where we give a lot of presents, maybe.
Not those kind of presents. I
Just
thought I did
saying,
the
no,
bad dad joke.
I'm flipping it and I'm sharing the power of instead of it having to be a season of giving presents, maybe there's more power in being present.
I like that. But if we step back and we really think about the most valuable portion of this season, it's the experiences.
Yeah.
It's time spent with family, time spent with friends, time studying and closing out the year. I
Mhm.
mean, this is a time to take an inventory. How was 2025? Did we Are we where we wanted to be at this time? Have we managed to get from where we started? Have we grown? Have we matured? Have we learned? Have we somehow bettered ourselves for this year? Very, very important part of I know your life and my
Yeah.
life is that. And I want to share that with our audience that as we step into this journey, being present and understanding what's truly valuable. There's nothing more valuable than your relationship with God.
Yeah.
There's nothing more valuable than being emotionally healthy.
Mhm.
And there's nothing more valuable than maintaining physical health.
Yeah.
And this season is a time when we focus on the candy and the parties and the presents and the ugly sweaters and all of that fun stuff. But when do we come back and take the attitude of gratitude?
Well, and I think that ties into perspective, right? I mean, it really, like what you're talking about, all goes back to choosing a perspective that is healthy, that is purposeful, that is intentional. And so I think that it's such a powerful thing when you begin to go like, we aren't living our lives like, oh, let's just go willy-nilly. Like we are choosing a perspective that goes back to having gratitude for being healthy, having gratitude for the families that we have, even in the dysfunction. I think that's powerful is to choose to have as you think of the holidays, choosing I'm gonna have a great I'm gonna choose an attitude of gratitude. I'm gonna choose, even if you're going to families and you're like, oh man, I don't want to put up with my family, choosing to have a perspective of like, you know what? I'm gonna make this great today. And how can I make it great?
It literally is a choice each one of us makes on a daily basis. Am I going to come at this from a negative position
Mhm.
or am I going to come at it from a positive position? And now we're adding this gratitude, this grateful,
Yeah.
I mean, to those of us who are older and we don't have our families, and a lot of people are no longer here on this planet with us, for those of you who aren't, that aunt who always pinched your cheeks and kissed you repeatedly when you were a kid and you never ever got over it, you're going to miss her so much someday.
Yeah. 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 That's a powerful thing too. I mean, it just goes back to um, this is all a choice, right? Like everything that we're talking about is making a conscious choice to be aware, making a conscious choice to be intentional. I know I talked on Monday of the idea of having you get to choose your attitude. Like my dad always would say, it's like a light switch. You can turn it on or off. And I would hate that saying because I don't feel like it's that simple. But what I have found is the more I choose it, the more I choose to have an attitude of gratitude, the easier it is to turn off and on that light switch and to recognize that stuff, to soak up the moments, to be present.
So as we go through this life, you practice these things.
Mhm.
The more you practice something, the easier it is to manage in any given situation. So what's taking place is over time, we get a better handle on how to control our gratitude, and the way we choose to look at these situations
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of looking at it like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a mess. My cousin, the junkie's going to be there. I'm in recovery. I just don't want to
Yeah.
deal with this. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, oh my gosh. Or it's like, holy smokes, I'm in recovery. I get to go be with my family.
Mhm.
I'm doing a great job. I'm going to model for my family and the younger people that there is a change about in me and I can do different things and you can too, right? But practice, you know,
Mhm.
what we're modeling here is our practice of learning to do this stuff. We are not sitting here trying to pretend like we have a clue, right? She's really, really good at praying. I know a whole bunch about what you should and shouldn't eat. This whole podcast thing and coming to you and trying to communicate something that's so important. I mean, you guys out there, you're floating through life or you're dabbling in intent, as we both have.
Mhm.
And then you come to a crossroads in your life. And each of us reach this crossroads. And it's a good time to evaluate during the holidays. You know, am I going to go into 2026 the same as I went into 2025? Am I content with my life, my habits, my physical health, my emotional health? Or do I strive for more?
Mhm.
Or do we jump off the cliff holding hands and trust that God is going to help us land and make a pretty splash when we hit the water?
Yeah.
So, but these are all choices and perspectives.
And I think, okay, so you were talking about like everybody comes to a crossroad, right? And I think that's a powerful thing to go back on is the idea that everybody, all of you will come to and hit a crossroad. We all do multiple times throughout our
Regularly.
lives,
Yeah, no,
right?
no, this is not a singular, this is not a only
Yeah.
crossroad. This is one of the crossroads.
Well, and I think the big thing with the crossroads is recognizing that when you start coming to them, because I think what happens, like where I was at in my life, is I would come to a cross and I would just keep on zooming. I would
Right.
keep going right past that crossroad, and I'd be like, that one looks a little harder, maybe more rewarding, maybe more purpose driven, but I don't want to get uncomfortable in that road. So I'm going to keep going on this easy path. And so that's where I'm thinking, like when we talk about crossroads and we talk about living with purpose and creating an effect that is changing others, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. You have to be willing to dig in. And so taking everybody on this journey that we're on, recognizing that we're only a few steps ahead of you, and some of you might be ahead of
Yeah, I
us.
was going to say it depends. This is not a competition.
Yeah.
Here's what's the coolest part about this thing. It's not even a relay race. It's it's stepping together side by side as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing about holding hands and stepping side by side, if I start to get too far ahead or you start to get too far ahead, we take the other person with us. We
Yeah.
take the rest of the group with us. Whoever's holding your hands when you are pushing hard forward, they may get in drug a little bit, but they're getting pulled in that
Yeah.
positive direction. And the people who are lagging, if there's enough of us with a positive
Mm.
energy, we can convert their negative energy just through being a part of our group, part of
Yeah.
our community, part of this lifestyle that we're asking all of you to be a
Mhm.
part of, a lifestyle of purpose.
Yeah.
And that is not a singular definition. It's different for every individual. It may be different on a monthly, yearly, weekly, daily, hourly basis. If you're super perceptive and you're in tune with what's going on and you can hear God well, you can change your purpose
Mhm.
based on circumstances. And that's what we're trying to say here.
Okay, so let's go back. So we've hit a lot on purpose again, and I think going back to the power of attitude of gratitude and perspective, and we'll sort of finish up some really powerful things with that because I do think
Yep,
um,
I agree.
when we circle back to that and really dial in on what does that mean and how does that play out. And for me, like here's the steps that I've taken in my life to choose an attitude of gratitude. Now, there are days I'm not very good at. In fact, you can ask my husband and you can ask my kids. There are days I'm not great at, but here's the thing. I get back up and I do it again. I don't give up. But what I have found is when I wake up in the morning, that's the most powerful time to start with intention and to go, okay, I'm choosing today to have an attitude of gratitude, not based on what's happening, not based on what you all have on the agenda or how who's going to be a part of your day. It's your choosing at the very beginning, before anything else is played out, I will stay in an attitude of gratitude. And I always start with going, okay, God, thank you for today. Thank you for what you've done in my life. Thank you for the sunshine. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the snow. Thank you, not so much for the wind. I'm not a big wind fan, but that's okay. It's still good,
Can
right?
keep the snow in a cone.
No, no, no. I like the snow. I mean, I like it like right now through January 2nd. And then after that, I get tired of snow. But the first few snowfalls are pretty spectacular.
It's very
It's
beautiful,
beautiful, right? So,
but it's ice.
well, not all the time.
No, it's cold. Like
Well, yeah, I mean, it is cold.
freezer at
Yeah,
home isn't as
yeah.
cold.
Well, yeah, well, it's welcome to South Dakota. As
You
you guys
keep
can
your ice cream
see,
outside.
David's here in South Dakota for
I
Thanksgiving.
know.
We didn't even
And
say that at the beginning.
so blessed to get to be here with the Culver Limbo family. An amazing group. I am grateful.
You're choosing to live an attitude of gratitude. But it is really powerful. And I think there's really practical steps. And I think that's what we sort of want to end with is what are the practical ways instead of being like, oh, all hypothetical, what does it mean to have an attitude of gratitude? How do we do it? How do we actually walk it out? And what I have personally found, are you naturally a positive, optimistic person? I guess we have our answer there, folks. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see that glass 1/16 empty. No, so I like to use formulas for things.
Oh, okay.
So if you take purpose, right? It's
Yeah.
all about purpose. And you take that and you create an equation. So purpose plus gratitude for this week or
Yeah.
attitude or all of the other things that we're going to talk
Yeah.
about, right? So for this week, we take our purpose, we add, purpose
Hmm.
plus gratitude
Hmm.
equals results,
Yeah.
right? So the equation is always going to be purpose plus something getting
Yes.
us the results.
I like that.
So the intention of the results here is to create a more positive and uplifting
Yeah.
experience during the holiday
Yeah.
season, just the entire season,
Yeah.
right? So if we stay within our purpose, which is to be more healthy physically, more healthy emotionally, and more healthy spiritually.
Hmm.
So this is our overall purpose. That's what
Yep.
we've defined as the outline of what we're doing with our project here. We take this purpose, we add the gratitude that we're focusing on this week, and our result is going to be a better, more uplifting, and healthier experience
Hmm.
for the holidays, not only for ourselves, but for our spouses, our
Yeah,
kids,
for
our
everybody.
families, our friends, because we choose to be the leaders of our groups. That's our natural call. People, we're the loudest and the proudest, and we stand up on the chair and say, "Hey, look at us, look at us." Well, if we're modeling this purpose plus gratitude, the result is people are going to notice that we are working at it. Hopefully, the people who look up to us and the people who are joining us on this journey are doing the same formula in their life.
Okay, so here'd be my question though, like how? How do they implement that formula?
As we think daily,
Yeah.
when you get up and when I get up in the morning,
Hmm.
I have this okay. My brain starts going 110
Yeah.
miles an hour as soon as I open my eyes.
Yeah.
And I have to stop and I have
Hmm.
to go, where is my purpose today?
Hmm.
And for me, every single day, my purpose for since we've begun this
Yeah.
project has been to chide myself to be present,
Yeah.
to not be thinking about next week, not thinking about yesterday, but to be here today. So my formula begins with my purpose, which is presence, right? And then I take that and I add in this week, we're talking heavily about gratitude.
Yep.
So I might think, oh, what am I grateful for today?
Yeah.
Right. So I begin my day going, my purpose is to be present. And I'm grateful for Amanda, and I'm grateful for the life I lead, and I'm grateful for Alesha and the friends that I have that are my chosen
Hmm.
family. And I might be grateful that, depending on where you are in life, I might be
Yeah.
grateful for my sobriety today. I
Hmm.
might be grateful to have enough to eat because we have people who are going to be part of our community who have this challenge, who need to worry about whether they have
Yeah.
enough to eat. And that might just be what you're grateful for today.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think focusing on all that stuff and choosing to do it, it's creating the awareness. So that's the big thing that you've done is you've created an awareness to be grateful. And then how do you walk it out? And I think it's in the conversations you have with people around you. Or even like, I mean, looking at so like last night we went out to eat at a restaurant and choosing like the gal says, oh, you know what? It's probably going to be quite a while until we can get you guys your food because it was a big party of us
It
and
was a
they were
busy night.
extreme. Yeah, and it was really busy. And in that, we could have chosen to be like, oh my goodness, are you serious? We're gonna have to wait an hour for food. Instead, we chose to say, okay, that's fine. We're having a great time and we had great conversation. My kids stayed really content, which is huge. And so we chose, I think, in that moment, because I think those are oftentimes like people can get really frustrated and really like, oh my goodness, right?
Yeah.
So choosing to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make the best of this. This is going to be awesome. And really, that was a choice that we made to not get irritated. Or like if we're driving and people, I can see how in big cities you get road rage. Like we don't, if we have to sit through a stoplight here, that's crazy traffic. But
You don't get cut off by the same guy in traffic 17 times in an eighth of a mile. And then he's
no,
behind you at the end of all that.
no, that would be horrible. No, we don't.
Yeah.
But
That's
there's still
California
things,
traffic
yeah,
where
yeah,
I live.
not in South Dakota. That's why I love South Dakota. But I also think in those moments, like choosing how can I stay grateful even in these moments? Like that's, I mean,
That's,
I think
but
that's what it comes down to is like really being aware of the emotions that come up and going, wait, nope, I'm not going back to this being, oh my goodness, and grumbling. Because as we choose gratitude, we begin to shift on all areas of our lives. Like it begins to literally change even our brain chemistry, our cortisol levels,
oh yeah, there's all
our,
kinds of
I mean, it
studies.
just all this stuff that it begins to shape things. So it to live a life, and here's what I truly believe. In order to live a life of purpose, you have to have, in order to live it successfully and well, you have to have an attitude of gratitude at all times. You have to. You can't walk out your purpose, your God-given purpose, and do it well without attitude of gratitude and perspective, which we haven't really hit on that much yet, but we only have a few minutes left.
I agree 100% on all of those counts. It's different for everybody. We all are going to have different tools.
Yep.
So one of the beautiful things about what you guys are hearing
Hmm.
and watching, if you're on the YouTube, is that we both have very different approaches, same goal.
Yeah.
That's what this community is
Mm.
about. All of us having better something.
Okay, so how do you do it then?
I'm working on that.
Mm.
Okay, so no, seriously, it is for me learning to be present,
Mhm.
not focusing on yesterday,
Yep.
not worrying about tomorrow, allows me to be more grateful
Yeah, that's
because
powerful.
my brain starts spinning a million miles an hour and oh my gosh, I should have done this yesterday. I
Yeah.
can't believe I let that happen
Yeah.
yesterday. Oh, I got this problem from
Mhm.
yesterday. I, I.
Yeah.
And then
Mm-hmm.
it always comes back to a selfish perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't stop and think about the fact that it's a selfish
Yeah.
perspective because you're not in my imagination, I'm thinking about the girl at the office, the
Yep.
guy on the field,
Mm-hmm.
the person at the store. I'm thinking about all of them in my mind, but I'm only thinking about them from my perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
by being present, I can step back and I can be more grateful because I'm not as selfishly focused on me yesterday,
Yep.
me tomorrow. I'm here today with you.
So in order to be present, what are some things that you have done? Like, I know for me, in order to be present, I will oftentimes do like a little breathing technique. Like I will literally, like if this, my world is spinning around me and I'm just like, oh my goodness, and I'm just on the edge of losing it, I will oftentimes just pause, take a few deep breaths and just recenter. Or my biggest one is definitely I pray. Like I really go back to, okay, God, help me to be present, help me to focus. So what is something, if we were to wrap this up with a very, how have you um, how do you take it from just saying I want to be present to literally like an example I'm thinking of is how you've been intentional in writing for an hour a day. Like I would think that that would be a really powerful part of your training your mind to focus on things and be present. But what's some other practical steps? Do you see what I'm saying? Like
I
giving
do.
these guys a powerful tool.
I think I think that the breathing technique,
Hmm.
what there's scientific thing behind that.
Yeah.
So if you take 3 deep breaths in through your
Hmm.
nose and out through your mouth and do a 3 count while you hold your breath, you will actually, for a very brief amount of time, think with the other side of your
Uh,
brain. So if you're right brain dominant, you'll
mm,
go left brain for that
mm.
flash. And that helps you kind of reset. It's like turning your phone off and on
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
You don't get the full, hey, I rebooted and I get all the updates and all that stuff, but you get that quick flash and stuff starts working
Yeah.
again. So I would say the breathing technique works for me as well. That's
Okay.
something I do. And to be honest with you, for me, sometimes just walking away and taking a
Mm.
breath
Mhm.
and telling myself I don't have to be responsible
Mm.
for everything everybody does. That's a very
Yeah.
big problem. I run a big company, I have a lot of people. Customers never said, hey, one of your guys was at my house and they drove over my grass. It's, how could you do this to my house? You drove on my grass. I'm like, I'm in South Dakota, dude. I didn't drive on your grass.
They
But
need to watch our podcast. These customers, not that, I mean, these
oh, I
customers.
thought you meant me.
Customers that
I
called
was
you.
so confused for a
No,
second. I
no,
was like, wow.
no, the customer that's throwing a fit needs to watch our podcast.
Silliness aside, one of the things, very, very huge tool
Mm.
for me in being able to be grateful is letting go of being responsible for everything
Yes.
and
Mhm.
being able to say thank you. Being able to, let Sid in the office or Eric in the field, hey, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. And being able to trust the people that work for
Mhm.
me. I'm grateful. I'm like right now, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about the things I'm
Yeah.
grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be received into this wonderful group of
Mm.
people out here. That just fills my heart. I'm grateful that the people that work for me are seeing me change in the
Mhm.
short period of time that we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Have I been perfect? Absolutely not.
Not either.
Probably has never ever been. Am I better? I don't know. If you want to call the office and ask them, they'll hang up on you if you bother them. If you're not calling about work, I suggest you don't call the office. But no, seriously, the tool is the work,
Yeah.
right? It's not a hammer, it's not nails, it's an intellectual tool,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And we all have it. It's different for everybody.
Mhm.
But by learning your tools and my tools and Amanda's tools and Brad's tools and sharing this with the community, and if you see this and you want to drop us a note or a
Mhm.
message, and you would like to
Absolutely.
please share with us the tools that you use, and we can include those in future
Yeah,
talks
that's a great idea.
and stuff.
Mhm.
We want this is your show. We're the hosts. It's your party,
Yeah.
right? If we our success is literally you guys outgrowing us, which I don't think anyone can do because there's always room to grow. But if you get to a point to where you're like calling us every week and going, hey, you guys missed the boat, man. We got this. Well, maybe they can be our next guest.
Oh, I like that
We do
idea.
have some guests coming
Yes, we
up.
do have some guests coming up, so stay tuned for that.
So that's
Yeah.
super exciting.
Yeah.
Big things coming with the podcast.
Mhm.
We're working on all of the behind the scenes stuff. I want to express my gratitude to Alesha for all of the hard work and getting us our own YouTube channel with our name, which is amazing. We're our Facebook presence is
Mhm.
blowing up. People are showing us that they care. I don't know about you. I'm stopping people in the streets and sharing with them. People are going to start running from orange shirts.
Or yellow glasses. But it is because we're passionate about it. I truly feel that God has laid it so heavy on my heart to help others find their purpose. Like that's my purpose is to help you find yours. And for David and I to do it together is so powerful. And so we're excited about changing lives. So I think we'll wrap this up with the idea of, again, you guys, the power of an attitude of gratitude, especially this time of year with Thanksgiving and the holidays, is to choose your attitude of gratitude and also to choose a life with focus and purpose and watch as things begin to shift. Now, here's one thing I just want to end with is as you do this, it's not going to change overnight. It could, but it's usually a process, right? And so we want you guys to be on this journey with us as we have begun the process, and to just help encourage you guys to do the process with us because it is so worth it. So, with that being said, do you want to have anything before I
I
wrap up?
do, real
Okay.
quick, I would like to say that thank you very much for putting all this together. And I would like to implore to everybody this week's purpose. This week's purpose is to continue to be present
Hmm.
while looking for gratitude within
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Our purpose is to find the gratitude in ourselves.
Hmm.
Thanksgiving is now behind us.
Yep.
It's Black Friday. And stay in your purpose, people.
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
with us.
So powerful.
Let's continue to live the lives of
Mhm.
purpose. Live the lifestyle, join the community. We're just the smallest part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, with that being said, you guys, thank you for listening to this episode of The Purpose Effect. If today's episode spoke to you, please share it with your friends, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and help us spread the movement of purpose driven living. And remember, you're called, you're capable, and you're created with intention. Now go and live it.